Here's a story of a lousy legislature and the working people who fought back for our rights. It doesn't take a hunch to know everything isn't hunky-dory in the Capitol. It's another episode of the Florida AFL-CIO Legislative Update. The Tally Bunch.
Hi! What's all the yelling up there? What's wrong? Oh, nothing at all. That's the kind of nothing that bothers me the most.
New session, same old attacks on workers' constitutional rights. House Bill 1197 is yet another bill attempting to snuff out essential workers' options to join or remain in their union.
This bill limits my freedoms to join with fellow educators to advocate for the needs of my students.
I work for the solid waste department. And every night when you go to bed and you roll your garbage can out, it's not magic that it's empty the next morning. There are women and men who work very hard to do that, and that's the 5th most dangerous job in the United States. They're on the back of a garbage truck, worrying about whether a car's gonna see them, jumping off and picking up cans. Now, on top of that, I know people in the city and I know I'm on time. I have people in the city who work in our sanitation plants. It's not magic that when you flush the little handle, it all goes away. There are people that are taking care of that common denominator. So what I'm here, and I will put this offer out, especially to the representative on my left, but to any of you on the committee, if you would like to come and spend a day to see how these people work that you consider to be second class to our firefighters and our police workers, please contact me. I'll gladly show you. And if you'd like, I can show you what they do. So I thank you for your time. This is a very, very poor bill. It's an unconstitutional bill. It's a bill that Florida, the state that has supposedly the most freedoms in the country, should not even be considering, let alone bringing to a committee.
It is discriminatory. It's unconstitutional. And I just think this needless attack needs a counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, I recommend all of you run for office.
I counted 40 speakers. I may have missed a couple, but out of 40, only one was in support of this bill.
HB 1197 passed the State Administrative and Technology Appropriations Subcommittee 9-6.
All day long at school is how great Marcia is at this, or how wonderful Marcia did that. Marcia, Marcia, Marcia.
Once again, the legislature continues to favor big corporations over the people of Florida. It really jumped the shark this week with HB 7021, which would keep big for-profit healthcare companies from being held accountable when their workers and patients suffer injuries from COVID-19, even if due to the company's own negligence.
There's a lot of cases where there are people that are being taken advantage of, and I just can't do that for a whole nother year.
HB 7021 passed the House 87-31 and now heads to the governor.
There he goes.
Silencing our local governments is a recurring theme this sweeps week. In a new twist, House Bill 1467 would weaken our school boards, imposing unfair term limits on experienced elected officials and opening the doors for outside agitators to ban books and other materials in our schools.
We don't need more banning or burning of books. We need to stand against that. There have been societies that have done that, and we reject those societies. So let's have fair debate. I believe in our school boards. I believe they'll listen to legitimate parent complaints. I think they'll engage. And I don't think we need to put a thumb on those school districts and say, do it this way, do it that way, with more bureaucracy.
When we're thinking about schools and we're thinking about children, the question I always ask are, how are the children? And how are the children going to be served by school board members having a term limit? How are the children going to be served by not having folks who are truly invested in their communities?
HB 1467 passed the House 78-40.
Hey! What are you guys fighting about?
Homework.
You guys are fighting about homework? I think I'm in the wrong school.
Whether in life, sitcoms, or our government, one thing is for certain. Honesty is the best policy. Evidently, the Florida legislature didn't get the memo as the Senate continued on with Senate Bill 520, which would hide the process for hiring college and university presidents from the public.
We have not seen or heard any evidence of any chilling effect on the process because of our current openness and transparency. In fact, the evidence is to the contrary.
Senate Bill 520 passed the Senate 28-11. Democrats could have stopped this terrible bill, as they have for many years, but 4 of them sided with the governor and voted yes on the bill.
Sensible, rational people. And sensible, rational people do not throw either pies or punches at someone's face for simply stating an honest opinion. Only a fool would vent his frustration in those ways.
This season, our right to have a say in our democracy could be up for cancellation. Senate Bill 1412, legislation moving through the legislature, would dramatically curtail our right to amend Florida's Constitution.
We're having all these conversations about direct democracy versus a constitutional republic. That's a great philosophical debate. I love having it. Mm-hmm. But the people don't care about that. They care about making their lives better. And when the legislature won't do it, they should have the right to do it for themselves.
We need to have a voice and to let the camel get its nose into the tent by trying to pass this bill. That's just one more attempt into silencing the citizens of this state.
I just can't understand why we're doing this other than attempting to silence the people.
SB 1412 passed the Senate Ethics and Elections Committee 5-4.
Will you please sign a petition, mister? To save Woodland Park.
Save it from what?
They want to put up a crummy old building. And it's the only park left where us kids can play. Mom says it belongs to the people.
You radicals sure start young.
Fan favorites, America's labor movement is on the front lines of the fight for working people, both in Tallahassee and their communities. This week, union members extolled the benefits of registered union apprenticeships and the path to economic security they provide.
All right, my name is Jessie DeZorni. I am the Director of Training for the Florida Finishing Trades Institute. We're a painter's apprenticeship. We are out of IUPAT, the International Union of Painters and Allied Trades. We help give apprentices and young people a chance at a career where they get to learn while they earn, and they get to take on a great career in painting or glazing or one of our other trades.
My name is Chelsea Taylor. I am the training administrator for the Florida Finishing Trades Institute. I'm also an IUPAT member. And while working with the IUPAT, I actually received my college degree, zero cost out of pocket to me. And that's something we actually offer to not only myself on staff, but all of our members. So a lot of our apprentices also go through the apprenticeship program and earn a degree, not only in the construction industries, but in any field that they choose to be in.
Children, when your daddy walks through that door, he's going to be a licensed heavy equipment operator.
Yeah, driving all those big machines, working on all those fancy construction projects. Woo!
Yeah, but I'm gonna feel a little weird walking up to Dad and asking him for the keys to the bulldozer.
Episode after episode, the Working Families Lobby Corps make their voices heard and stand up against the tired jokes of Florida's legislature.
Hi, I'm Kim Smith from IBEW Local 824, Tampa, Florida. I'm up here kicking ass for the working class. Solidarity.
My name is Oscar Manzanares. I'm with Local 517 Laborers out of Orlando. I'm here with Working Family Lobby Corps. I urge all the union members to come up here to Tallahassee and fight for workers' rights. If we don't come up here and fight, no one else will for us. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gary Ford from Local 295. I'm up here in Tallahassee to
to lobby against legislation in my district and let these people know that I'm here watching. I encourage anybody, if you know how little you think it matters, to come up here and put your word in.
I'm Larry Allen from AFT Local number 7450. I came to Tallahassee because someone has to speak up for our students.
Solidarity! We're officially halfway through the legislative session, but the hilarity continues. We'll see you next week on the Florida AFL-CIO Legislative Update.